Freaky Table is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Academy, opposite Vision Comfort, Sable Bonamoussadi Douala.
So a 23-year-old Cameroonian young girl has been arrested and for exposing her nudity in public. Christelle Atangana has been arraigned, not really imprisoned yet. So pending trial. And the crime, according to the Cameroonian penal code, is public contempt of indecency. And unfortunately for everybody else, people are throwing in their opinion about whether she's supposed to be arrested or not, what she needs, what she doesn't need, and all of that. Apparently, she said she was exposing all her nudity because she wanted fame and to become a social media influencer. Unfortunately for her, she couldn't just influence the penal code of this country. So guys, welcome to Freaky Table. My name is John Gumba. Elonga is here. And Yana unfortunately can't make it, but sitting in for him, we have stand-up comedian and MC Don Chehule is in the house. How you doing?
Hey, I'm here.
It's good to see you.
I know, after 1 year.
You know, Chai, man, you were counting.
Yeah, I was counting. I'm a fan of the show, so I was like, okay. The last time I was here was for International Albinism Day. Yeah, so I was like, oh, when? And then you guys had this new set. I was like, oh my God. I think I wrote on Facebook. I said, I want to be part of this new set. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
So good. Elongish, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Always. Yeah, Don knew that he was coming to meet you. So.
Yes, I had to dress to
No, this is not even a stretch for Don.
No, it is. This guy he says it all the time now. He's the best dressed comedian in the whole of the country.
I try. Thank you. That's the compliment.
Put together. Yes, always. Yes. Doesn't mean
I'll blush. I know I'm already red, so don't let me blush.
One thing that is common between him and Yana is that the beard gang is working.
Yes.
Different colors though.
And the ladies love it though.
We love it. We're not arguing.
Yes.
We love it.
Yes, gang, oh yeah.
Welcome, guys. So we have a young woman who is, her freedom is like at her fingertips at the moment, arrested for exposing her nudes on social media. And we've been having reactions from different people. What they call rapper Malox claims that she only made a mistake, according to him, his post that he made on social media. She only made a mistake and is, in his word, recoverable. And he says that, okay, she doesn't want to become famous anymore or become a social media influencer. She used to say now she wants to become a fashion designer. I don't know where you guys stand with that. First of all, that arrest, how did you find it? Guys, before we get into this discussion with these two guys, Christelle Atangana trended in Cameroon. In fact, the first time that we ever saw her was during the African Nations Cup Cameroon was hosting, where she was wearing the Cameroonian jersey and, took it all off for the whole world to see what was underneath. Yeah, and right before a toddler, because we could see a toddler pass, at the back of the video, it was really just, out of this world. You both, we all have younger sisters, we have nieces, we have aunts, women in our lives. So how did you guys feel about this whole thing?
Should I go first?
No, you're
all right. Okay. So I think that first of all, thanks for having me again, Freaky Table. I want to say that when I saw the arrest, or when I heard of the arrest, I was a bit taken aback. One, because I felt like we have bigger fishes to fry in the country, and at the same time, I also feel like, well, there's always a second chance that should be given. Now, having said that, that does not mean I'm in any way, supporting nudity and, obscene mannerisms. But I think that she's still very young, and she might, like she said, she wants to be an influencer, which is a word I have a problem with, and I'm sure we'll come to that, during the course of this topic. So what I can say is that, unfortunately for her, she didn't do her mea culpa. She would have, apologized to the public and, taken some steps back. But apparently she was like in her faces, like, I know what I'm doing. Even when she was, she was being chastised. She was like, I know what I'm doing and all of that. So I'm sure that's why she was arrested. But I'm also very sure that the government of the day would do all they can to try to, follow the law, but at the same time also have mercy on her.
Because she's young?
I think not just because she's young, But because she's young, it's going to count for it. But then again, I think
she's an adult,
her
right?
motive, she's 23, definitely.
She's not 16.
She's not. Even though I think the country, the age for consent in this country is 16, and then the age for a minor in this country is 18. So that's something we'll talk about another time because it's conflicting, right? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I just feel like she wants to be an influencer. Unfortunately, she was influenced by the wrong people. You dig what I'm saying? So for that, I plead that they should give her a second chance. Like Malok said, she's very much recoverable, and she has said that she doesn't want to do influencing anymore. She wants to do a fashion. So hopefully, she can be given a second chance.
But what kind of designing does she want to do? Cameroon dressing maillot or something like? What does she do? Because I've never seen her. She was never with clothes anyway.
Perhaps pants. Pants and bra.
Exactly my thoughts. Which is not bad because I think there's a shortage of that already in the country.
Of pants.
Of pants.
From your personal experience, you realize people don't use pants.
Yeah, let me just say this. When a lady tells you that not up to 3 men have seen her pants, believe. Yeah. Because girls don't wear it.
They don't wear pants.
Yes. So they're not to see. Yes. So just go straight.
For me, this was. It was her naivety that was, and it's not caused by it, but it's just a naivety that fascinated me. Because that's a very saturated industry that she's trying to break into.
Exactly.
Like thinking that there is a front store of people luxury halls, pimps, sex influencers, and generally pepper sellers in Cameroon. And for her to be so naive as to think that she would just break into it. And her marketing strategy was so aggressive, like, so disruptive.
But the Cameroonian just see on again.
Yeah. So, of course, she was supposed to get the rough of it. I am more fascinated by the fact that, don't say that she's recoverable. But even if she weren't recoverable, what this revealed to me is like the huge gap between kind of the haves and have-not in the way justice is dispensed.
Exactly.
Because we have seen our president they said he was accused of releasing nudes of is it Natalie Kwa or what? I don't know. Or some other person?
You mean Fekafo president?
Yes, the Fekafo president.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes,
We want to use that word very
allegedly.
Yes.
So it was allegedly. Yeah. And then you have is it Coco Emilia?
Yeah.
Yes. Who eventually became the poster child for promoting the can.
Yes, exactly.
You have Ngana Moet.
Oh, yes.
That was clear. She actually attends awards and everything. Like nothing has been done for in their case. So it's like, okay.
We're weighing the two now. There's no balance. MC Charlene, a Cameroonian media personality who I think resides in Amsterdam, she also chimed in on the situation. She said that she claims that the young nudist, the government didn't need to arrest her. She says that instead it could have provided therapy and perhaps a mental evaluation. And she says that in most cases, kids who behave like that are victims of sexual abuse, hence the behavior. That's what she says. But I think
these online psychiatrists.
There's just my thing is, before you guys continue, I think that there are so many crimes that she committed. I think the indecency is just perhaps one of them. In the process of becoming an influencer and looking for fame and all of that, she did not. There's a difference between when your nudity is leaked, because the police will find the person. If at all you press charges, they'll find the person who leaked it, and the person will go down for it. But when you put it out yourself, now that's a crime. Number one. Number two, she moved from just her own nude to having full-time sexual intercourse with people and posting, pornography, and posting it with the people's faces in it as well without their consent. That's also another crime. So I don't know how she wants to get out of this one now in the name of, she's recoverable.
I think MC Charlene is spot on when it comes to the fact that she might need
Therapy.
Yes. I agree with her. Where I disagree is her going the extent of saying she must have suffered abuse. That's something that you cannot just say that. That's my point. Like,
you have
to have
evidence before
saying it. So that one should be left to the experts to do. But I think that the government is also found in a very dicey position where you have laws and you have to make sure that those laws are, upheld. And then if you constantly just go with the gray edges, then it's like you are kind of tacitly accepting.
Yeah, you're doing something for one and not for the other.
So I'm not saying they should necessarily, but there should be some kind of punishment.
Yeah,
I think so.
To it, there should be some, just as a form of deterrence. There should be some kind of punishment, not necessarily to lump her with embezzlers and
type of
like murderers and all of that. Yes, what she did was really Adamic garments, but I don't think that she should be lumped with all of these people. But then what they can also do is provide, if they can do now in this country, provide some form of counseling and therapy to her. As a form of transition. Yes, while she's there doing her punishment. That's what correctional centers are supposed to do in the first place. So they can and empowerment. I saw her mom. This thing is very painful when you see a mom has to really deal with.
She was dragged into this,
deal with it. Her mom says scammers are the ones who hacked her phone and releasing the thing. I don't know.
I think she's just being a mother. She's trying to protect
she's being a mother, but that puts a mother in a very difficult position. Like it just breaks down the dreams that you have with a child. Say people go, she don't do Baba fashion, put her on internet.
But where does that? I mean, it goes generally now. We see a young girl like that, 23, just 23. I don't even know what I was doing when I was 23 years old. I don't think I was doing that.
Just 23.
I don't know if I was even thinking of those kind of things. But however, the mom seemed to be very ignorant about a lot. She had no knowledge about what was happening until perhaps like a few weeks ago, when I think maybe it's a neighbor who like, hey, mama, you should not forget, so you're picking. Yeah, and she was so shocked, first of all. The whole thing was just took her. But the thing about it is that it goes down to where the 23-year-olds are now. The level of exposure that they have on social media, internet in general, and the fact that young girls want to prove a point. I don't know whether it's a point or they want to make, get into relationships or please the men so badly that they sometimes get into this kind of things.
I think there's also the problem of role modeling.
Who is role modeling this one? Influencers.
That's what I'm saying. That the people they might have to look up to might not do not necessarily provide enough content that can convince us as to the legitimacy of their source of wealth and for which they afford the glamorous life.
But who is supposed to be blamed in this situation? Because the thing about it is that everything exists in the world, right?
Exactly.
There's
nothing new.
Yeah, there's nothing new. Yeah. Everything exists. Now, how you take it as an individual, it's your business. It has nothing to do with like all of us or another person. The other time Miss Cameron described influencers as prostitutes. And she's an influencer. Okay, she didn't.
She wasn't aware of that fact. So it was she was completely oblivious of the fact that, But John, on a more serious note, let me just butt in quickly by saying that I think, and I'm of the opinion that, I don't gainsay what you just from saying that, there are plethora of, influencers all over the world, and whatever a child is up to is up to him or her, or up to her parents, him or her parents. But what I would think is, I think at the end of the day, we cannot also deny the fact that these influencers have, some kind of influence, like the name, ascribes to these young people. And when I say young, I'm just being a bit, not trying to say 23 is young, but even 30 in Cameroon, 40s, you're still considered as a youth, as a young person. So I don't mince my words when I say she's really young. Yes. So I want to say this. TikTok. I have a personal problem with TikTok. And I'm glad that the show like this gave me an opportunity to air my mind and to, you know. I think that TikTok there's a problem in TikTok. If I was a minister of whatever communication, I should have banned TikTok from Cameroon. Yeah. Yes. Because right now, when you go to TikTok, what you see is young people exposing their lavish lifestyles. And some of the times you even see ritual practices that are going on. Now, imagine a child who is, or maybe a young man who is 21, 22, very from an impoverished family. I'm not saying that he has the right to copy from what, but you cannot also refuse the fact that seeing that image, you know what the eye sees, yeah, the brain captures and the body want to practice it. Mm-hmm. So you still when you keep seeing that image of people showing money, or probably now the ones that I see now is exposure of boobs and ass on TikTok. Like that's giving ground for these chubby girls to just feel like it's their safe heaven. Go there, everybody on TikTok is chubby. They'll show this one. No, I don't want to be disrespectful before they come for me tomorrow and say, but the chubby girls are finding it in like an avenue to just showcase themselves. And the Minister of Information, Rene Manusadi, made it very clear, crystally, that the government is about to pound down on all the defaulters of, you know, obscenity, whether it's public nudity or it's private, whatever, you know. No, should be told. And I think that the government of the day has, because the moral rectitude of Cameroonians is going down the ebb.
Yes. Also, there's something fascinating. It's the age of the men with whom she was having her affair.
Exactly.
Like, Papa so would really smile, they make some gimmicky face for on camera with 22, she was probably 22 then, like, just an old man.
Yeah, they called them Grish, this young girl.
Yeah, like you look at it and you actually go and you are doing videos with a child, and she's not a child, she's not a minor.
She's not a minor.
But then when you look at the age difference, you're like, you should have a bit more sense that it. But anyway, you know, that's
exactly. No, every sense comes.
In the ways of better things, anyway, let me just say it.
I think one comedian said that when this one is, then his brain is working, this one is not, and when this one is working, this one is not working.
I think that there is a lot that has to do with parenting. It's not that any parent will want to see their child there, but it's also a clarion call for people, not just parents, like siblings. And my niece, since I'm a cool uncle in terms of I'm on social media, also like very savvy on social media. And she knows that I'm kind of a chaperone of her content without her really knowing. So I don't come off as like, I want to censor her. Mm-hmm. But just the fact that and I do a lot of positive reinforcement with her. So when she puts something which is really, I think that it's something which is really nice. Mm-hmm. Like I'll share it and I'll praise that a lot. Yes. Mm-hmm. So it makes it in such a way that she feels like, okay, this is the type of things that she should be doing.
She kind of orientating her indirectly.
Yes, on what she can do. It's true that social media now, I don't know, because everybody has access to it.
Exactly, that's the problem.
And oftentimes parents cannot really
restrict, they cannot regulate.
Yes, her mom was puff-puff seller. Like, first of all, the demands of doing puff-puff means that you cannot really stay at home all the time to really know what is happening. And this girl
was it night or day?
At home.
I mean, the boss was selling the puff in the morning or
it could be
night?
Both.
It could be both.
Isn't she supposed to be helping the mom sell the puff-puff? Like, if she was busy selling the puff-puff, I don't think
she was selling her own line of products.
Her puff-puff.
And then there was the other thing, I'm not trying to body shame her, but, but in that business, she seemed too skeletal for it. Like,
away from what
like you could actually think that I was actually thinking she was a minor, so I had the shock value of a minor with this exposed, because she looks very small, like.
Everything looks small on her. I'm just saying.
It's true. What I would say is, you know,
to ask them, man.
I just want to say one thing, and I think that most Cameroonians should this word influencing. We should we need to work. I don't know if
and media personality.
I don't know if there's supposed to be a conference. Maybe we should have like a general conference, or where we really define who an influencer is, because I'm tired. I'm tired. I go on Facebook. Everybody's an influencer.
There is a definition from a South African media person, a very top media personality, Bonang Matiba. Okay. She was on Breakfast Club in the US, I love her so much. And they asked her, like, as a South African influencer, she said, stop. She told Charlemagne the God, stop. Yes. I am not an influencer. I influence. Okay. Just say that I influence. Don't say that I'm an influencer, because these days you can't even define what it is. What it is. Because normally when it started, it's the same thing like the term slay queen. Yes. Slay queen was for women, married, single, who could hold their own. Yes. And still, like, you could work and then, look good, like carry yourself like a boss lady. You understand? But now, slave queen has
completely different meaning now.
So when they even call you a slave queen, perhaps as an influence, as a compliment, you get upset because you've been like.
So why I was saying that is because the word influencer has so many different connotations.
And I think that sometimes it's even like, okay, there is influence and there is popularity.
Okay.
Somebody who is popular.
Yes.
Somebody who is an influencer. Uh-huh. So I think this thing, I had a discussion with who, and I was asking the person, and then there are spheres in which one might be an influencer.
Exactly.
It's not like a word that would encapsulate your
everything,
work,
yes.
Your life's work.
As
if it's a career. That's what it says, I'm an influencer. So, yeah, I think there are people who are popular, and then you might
leverage that to become
to say they are influencers. Yeah. But for example, I might say that. No, I'm not saying it.
I know the name you wanted to call, but that's fine.
Which name?
The one who took you to numero uno.
Okay, see. Let me say this. Without knowing, you might be influencing style.
Sure.
Yeah, but you are not. You do not brand yourself. You are a media person.
Yes.
You are an event host and all that. But people might see the way you dress and dress.
That perhaps when you're in the public eye, or when your job or your career choice, whatever thing that you're doing, keeps you in the public eye, perhaps in front of the camera all the time. Yes. So people start following what you say, how you look, You are able to say that. Yeah, you are able. So once the thing about it, sometimes people just go ahead and do. They don't even know that that's what. Yeah.
Do you think that Auntie Felicia is an influencer?
I think so, because I think that I see now comedians picking some of your words, that how you express yourself in your comedy, and the words that you say, and then the way you look, and then people now are doing that same thing. Yeah. So which means there's something that you're doing that they feel is right, that they are doing.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I don't think, and she's not the first person to do that, cross-dressing comedy. So why would you say that people are picking what she's doing?
Because that's what they are doing.
And then no, because you're saying that to equate the fact that she's an influencer. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking about anti.
So now, okay, let each of us define what the word influencer is according to how we understand it.
To me,
maybe in today's world,
personally, I really don't even. I just feel like the word influencer should not be, because when I was in secondary school, influencer is a scientific name for cold.
No, not influenza.
Yeah, no.
That's influenza.
What's the difference? Sounds the same. Sounds the same to me. No, I'm like, everybody nice on influenza. I'm like, is everybody having cold or something? I mean, I understand the weather is so quite cold.
To me, actually, I look at it in terms of setting agenda, being able to set an agenda. So, I can look at, say, a person like Rebecca Ashutantang, Kawala, being able to influence the direction, the mindsets about.
Why did you call her influencer?
No, I'm saying I'm saying that the I don't know what it's the subtext of that. The main thing she does is she's a politician activist. Mm-hmm. Now, but the impact of it is that she's able to influence opinions, set agenda, and all of that. So it's from.
Let me ask something. Mm-hmm. Do you think the term influencer is given to people who don't have a defined portfolio? Because if I'm a comedian, I'm a stand-up comedian. Please don't call me an influencer.
That's your occupation.
You're a journalist. Why would someone call you? So I'm thinking that.
No, I'm saying as a journalist, you might be a journalist without even knowing that. Without having
influence.
I can name a few. See.
Okay, that's
without
fine. I'm trying. They can name a few.
Besides the opinion part, I think that an influencer, I think maybe that word came out from the marketing agencies, PR area, where people who influence sales of companies. So they use your platform to influence, like Kim Kardashian. You know, you have like 300 million followers on Instagram. A company comes and
What does Kim Kardashian do?
Don't ask me, I'm just
Okay.
No, she's a businesswoman now.
No.
She's a businesswoman. She has no. You are looking at Don is looking at how she became.
Not even that. What does she do?
No, she's a businesswoman. She's a businesswoman. She does. She's into beauty, cosmetic, fashion, and that's what she does. Because I remember her body.
Yes.
Is
part of the market value or what?
Yeah, it's part of the business. Okay. So it's the beauty. She sells beauty now. Okay. She sells beauty.
So she markets it on herself.
Yes, she does it, and then she gives you she makes you you aspire to that image that she's putting there. So whether it's that I should wear this kind of makeup that Kim wears.
Yes, but I think that we should. I just think that we should have a conference or maybe a seminar to educate us on who and what influencing is all about, so that some people go and remove that thing from their Bible, because I don't see what you're doing.
who puts it on their
A lot of people are saying they're influencers. I don't see who they're influencing on Facebook.
The thing about that worries me is when you don't have anything doing that you're. No, the thing about it is that when you don't have anything, like there's no occupation there, you don't have any job, you don't have nothing, no define, and then you're influencing what are you influencing? Like who are you influencing?
The people that let's come back to.
I always get the feeling.
Let's not divert too much. Let's come back to this girl.
Society ascribes to you. My mind is something that society is supposed to ascribe to you, not the title that you
give yourself, right?
Exactly.
It's different from going to school and acquiring a degree that makes you something. Yeah, nobody go. There's no influential degree. There's none that I know.
So those are the people that this young girl, Cynthia, is looking at.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, those people that she's looking at were already rich, famous, and they had their connections.
Luxury homes.
Before whatever negative thing came to the limelight. So you saw that, like Elonga said, the law kind of, shied away from them because of those connections. But she is just a scapegoat now.
Because these people can
also
also publish their list.
They can, obviously.
We had Shakiru's list. But I'm just saying that the thing about it is that I think that young people in general, male or female, should be very careful. At the end of the day, this is the advice I'm going to give everybody, just like I would give my younger brother. At the end of the day, you make your life's choices and you live by them. It is you who takes the responsibility for all your actions. It is not, you don't blame it on somebody else. So stop following influencers to influence you to a point where you become so stupid. So you learn yourself, look at this young girl now, she's in jail. And because she's poor, or she doesn't have that kind of connection, she doesn't have that kind of money, she might actually languish behind bars according to the penal code and the charges that has been levied against her. She stands the chance of spending 2 to 15 years behind bars. So that's 2 to 15 years of her life gone. Just like that, because you want to become an influencer.
Because what her mom sells for what can she do?
What can she really do? You see, with flour oil that she wants to come and remove her from prison or what?
So perform that performance. it needs to go for Australia, Australia cooking competition to actually get her to.
Let's stop this nudity and all of that, and this moral decadence that is going really deep down on the society. Young people.
And the thing is, for some of us who have like very beautiful bodies, we always face the temptation of like putting it out. Like you can understand that. I have the temptation all the time to like really.
No, I do. But the thing about it, you ought to even do it so intelligently and very intentional. You are doing like I put pictures of me in my bikini, in my underwear. I know what I am doing. I know why I'm doing it. So no male is going to slide into my DM and say, oh, because I saw you in pants and bra, so can we fuck tonight? I'll be like, are you stupid? Are you mad in your head or something? Are you the Chris? You understand? Like, no. So I know how to even defend myself when it comes to those kind of things, but these kids don't.
For me particularly, I don't really put it because it's like a heat wave that I'll be causing. Like people can die from just ecstasy. So ecstasy. So I don't put my body out like that because I'm saving society. You can understand this?
I understand. I try to understand.
Oh my
And let me just say that I think that Christelle or Cynthia, whatever, I think Cynthia's and Monica, she's at the heat of her youthful exuberance.
I think the Minister of Communication wants to use her, set her as an example.
So she's just a victim of circumstance. And I pray that people that are of her generation or of her age group who are going to learn from this, because there's nothing out there. You can only influence your grades in school. Go to school, get your grades, influence. That's what you need.
ECD secondary school.
Influence your grades, influence your achievements in life, your life goals. And influencer should not be your life goal. Please do something better with your life. And remember, it is your life, your choices, and the consequences lie on your shoulders. So please, okay, guys, we are going to end the discussion here on set, but however, we'll take it over to YouTube. So please, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, why? By the way, it is Decoded TV Studios. Please subscribe and join the conversation. What do you think the fate of Christelle Atangana should be? Should she be released from prison and perhaps sent for mental evaluation or therapy? Or do you think that she deserves the punishment that the Penal Code of Cameroon is dishing out to her? That's 2 to 15 years behind bars if proven guilty in court. So tell us what you think about it down in our comment section. It has been John Elonge and, of course, the greatest Don. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys soon.
Freaky Table is brought to you by Nikki Hit Beauty Academy. Opposite Vision Comfort. Sable Bonamusadi Douala.
Thanks for watching the dopest TV show right now.
And don't forget to subscribe so that you can see our beautiful faces. Scratch that, our handsome faces. No, my handsome face. Right. I'm handsome.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Alright guys, to never miss a thing, follow us on all social media platforms at Freaky Table. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So yeah, stay tuned.